baby.
Oh man, boy, I just finished up that episode, man. You don't put that sticker already?
I gotta light it back up. But this is the after show. The show after the show.
We always said we was gonna do an after show, man. Man, we were supposed to get to that topic on Neyo, man, and I don't really know all of the details of it, man. I know Neyo got a bunch of women, you know what I'm saying, but I don't know what all happened with it.
he got 4 girlfriends, and they all love him.
Yeah,
and a few things that I've been hearing. Some of the biggest things is he's allowed to do what he wants to do. He can add people to the group if he wants to, but they have to be exclusive to him. And a lot of people ain't liking that too much. And they're like, how do you have a polyamorous lifestyle with 4 women, but you want to control them? So on the last episode that we just did, we kind of talked about toxic masculinity, right?
Right.
So a lot of the scrutiny that he's under is how dare you, or how is it fair that you as a man can have 4 women, but you tell these 4 women what they can and can't do? And for me, my standpoint is he's giving them an option to do what they want to do. But if they're going to be in a relationship with him, he only wants them to do what he's asking. But he's giving them a choice to live up to his terms or not live up to his terms. So it's all by choice that these are these women's prerogative, that they want to be in a relationship with Neyo, that this is the terms of what he's looking for, which sounds like any other relationship, but just with more than one woman that they all agree with.
Yeah. So what? See, this is what I don't get. So what are people mad that they want it to be like multiple people in the relationship? Like, so it might be like
these women should have
that he got, then the 4 women all got men. So really it's like 5 men and 4 women. They just want a family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a family.
Not saying that they want that's what they want, like, but they're saying like, how dare he? So like if they want to have other men, they can have other men, or they want to date other men and see other people, they should be able to see other men or other people or whatever, however you want to phrase it. And they're just saying, how dare he? Like,
people want to control the terms of this guy.
Yeah, they want to control the terms of his relationship. That's his relationship. Yeah. I mean, these are the relationships
they agree to it. Just like if he agree, he agree. If ain't nobody agreeing to it, then it ain't none of our business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's the issue? What's the problem with his terms that he has this polyamorous lifestyle, polyamorous relationship, that if these 4 people are with it, they're with it? I don't see what the argument is. Like, I'm not gonna have 4 women because I can't handle 4 women. But if that's what he can handle and they can handle it, they cool with it. That is what it is. Let that man live. My whole thing is the fact that at least he's honest about it. Right. At least he's coming up and telling these women that, hey, look, this is what I want to have. Either you with it or you not. I'm not gonna lie to you anymore. Like he was married before, right? He was married and he was living his own lifestyle and living pretty much a lie, right? Like saying he's one way, but then he's really desiring something else, which that seems like the bigger unfairness than the lifestyle that he's living by saying, hey, look, this is what I want. These are the terms I wanted at. You know, if you sign a contract or you sign a lease agreement for a vehicle and you sign a 24% interest rate for a vehicle, and then 6 months later you get mad that you signed the 24% interest rate agreement, that's on you. You signed up for it. You agreed to the terms.
That's the other thing, though. He ain't married. They're not. None of them married with each other.
Right? They're not married. Yeah. He's dating 4 women.
But look, they all sound like they all dating each other then.
Mm-hmm.
or are they all separate? Like they all under one roof? Is that what's going
Um, I
on?
don't know if they're all under one roof, but what I did hear is that he divides his time equally up between the four women. They all have their equal time with him. Like whether they're under the same roof or not, I don't know. But at least he says that not at least he says, but what he says is that hey, they all have their allotted times that where they're going to get their attention from me, and he's dividing his time up.
Man, that I ain't trying to be bothered with that. Man, four?
Four,
Four? Ain't got a career,
four,
and he got kids? And four?
yeah, and four.
Man, that's too much work. That's too much work for me.
Two is the max now.
Man, hey, but get this though, man, right? And he older than us, so I know he must not have nothing to do. He got
He
the
ain't got
same problem I think Puffy had. Puffy
too
ain't
much
had
time
nothing
on
to
his
do, man.
hands,
He had way too much free time,
too
man.
much
Like
free
y'all
time.
niggas got too much free time, man. Like I need free time from my one. You know what I'm saying? Occasionally, like let alone
Yeah,
having
I need some room and space to think and breathe. Like
yeah.
imagine needing space, but you go find space with somebody else when you already needed that space to begin with. It just seems like too much headache. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's a dating relationship, not a
Mm-hmm.
marriage. And we all know, well, at least I think we all know, at least I know, you know, that marriage relationship is different from dating relationship. Dating relationship's a little more fun, a little more
Yeah,
free, a
yeah,
little less pressure,
yeah,
and the man has a little bit more oomph in the relationship,
yeah.
right?
We like each other.
We
All that
like each other.
love ain't got into the equation yet. Like,
Yeah. So they're not necessarily doing life like that with each other. No, they don't have kids involved with any of these four women, and you're
yeah,
not worried about the kids getting to school and doctor's appointments and volleyball practice and soccer practice and basketball practice and making sure
yeah,
there's groceries in the house and who's paying what bill and this and that, how we doing that, and then this person's family members going through some tragedy, tough
yeah.
times, and having to go through the whole rigmarole of life. It's just dating,
Just dating. All casual and fun
all
and
casual and fun.
yay, high fives.
High fives and chest bumps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what
high fives and chest bumps and hey, you want to smash again? You know, all smashing and everything. Oh, just good times, man. Good
yeah,
date
and then go out to eat. You know what I mean?
and go out to eat some more. Man,
So that's probably the difference. Like to be married and have the, I don't want to say the word ownership, but have ah, the
there's a lot
responsibility,
more entitlement that comes
the
with marriage
entitlement that comes
also.
with it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So none of these women have the entitlement of the situation, and Neo doesn't have the onus. I'm not gonna say ownership, but the onus of making sure that he's taking care of these women to the level of what a husband has to do for a wife.
Right.
So that could be the
Yo,
difference. But
boy, that Joker there, boy. Hey, look, I seen a video with his old lady, with one of his, I guess the one before he went poly, was calling him baby Diddy or something like
yeah,
that.
baby Diddy, yeah. Or you gonna be the next surviving Kels or something like that, or Kelly,
Yeah.
or you the next Diddy or whatever, and just
Hey,
going in on him, right? Just
does
giving him
this whole
hell.
poly thing give light to what she was implying about him
Yeah.
back
Oh
then?
yeah. No. And that's the thing. Like he was being found out about that during those times, to where his whole lifestyle that he was living, the lie, was being uncovered, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what? I'm not going to continue to lie. I know I can't be faithful to just one woman because I want multiple women. So you know what? I'm Neo. I think I can. And here's the crazy thing: not even just saying I'm Neo, but saying I'm Neo just makes the case even easier for him, because I'm pretty sure there's multiple men who aren't Neo, who aren't a celebrity or have millions of dollars in the bank, who have multiple women.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know what? Since I am Neo, since I'm not struggling for cash and I can handle four, I'm just gonna go get four and just be what it is and do what I'm doing.
You
You
know,
got casual men who got 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 that they're juggling. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And they're broke. They ain't got nothing to bring to the table.
I always wondered that, right? Like
Hmm.
Young Jared. Now, not me now in my fourth decade. I'm beyond that thought now, even though Neo's older than me once again. But I always wondered why guys, if you got the card, right? I'm Neo. I got that card in my hand. I got the deck. I'm looking at my hand. I'm like, yeah, I got the big joker. It's I'm Neo. Why don't they play the I'm Neo and just go get what you want? Why go out here and be this dirty little crook behind closed
Yeah,
doors and stuff and play it like
Tiger
just
Woods.
an average Joe?
I
Yeah.
remember when Tiger Woods happened, right?
Go get
I
4 or 5
couldn't put it.
women because you're
Just,
Neo.
just go live
Like,
that. Just go live that. If that's what you want to do, just go live that because
yeah.
you're Tiger Woods. You know what I'm
Tiger
saying?
Woods, he had like 15 women. And it's like, you're Tiger. You don't have to go be a slime ball behind the scenes. Just tell them all. Like, but his
Yeah,
problem was, I think he
be a
got
slime
married
ball up
early.
front.
But at the same
That could
time,
be it.
you got the big joker. You're Tiger Woods. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're like the biggest figure in sports behind Michael Jordan at the time.
that time. Yeah,
Go
for
get your
sure.
15 women and be who you are. Don't lie about it because you don't have to lie about it. But
Yeah,
for some reason, the dudes be like, they don't trust that they can do it. Like, I don't believe in living a lie when it comes to that type of stuff in your relationship because I know you don't have to. You don't
yeah,
have to live a lie.
yeah.
You can find somebody that will accept the terms if you just
Right.
give them the option of the terms. What women don't like is women don't like being lied to and not
Lied
having
to.
a choice.
And
When you deprive them of the choice, then they feel
they
played.
don't like looking crazy. It's not even the fact they don't like being lied to. They don't like another woman having a one up on them. That's the ping right there. Is the fact that another woman has access to what I thought I had that was exclusive. Now they got one up on me because they took from what was behind. They took from what was mine behind my back, whether they knew the woman or not. So the woman they don't even know the woman exists, but it's the fact that another woman stepped in because women are territorial. Women are
That's an
very
interesting take. Now,
territorial.
I never considered this. So you think it's more from a jealous angle, is what I'm getting out
Yeah,
of.
more of a territorial angle, more of a controlling angle than it is. And I mean, the being lied to is also a factor of it, but it's not the only factor. That's
Okay.
not the only factor that makes a woman, in my opinion, get emotional about that type of situation. Because, like you said, a lot of women, there's nothing saying like all women, but there's a lot of women who are okay with the terms. If you're straight up with them, you say, hey, look, I'm dating multiple women. They might be mad at first. But then if they really like you, they're gonna be okay with it. All right, okay. And then they're gonna go along with it for a little bit. And they're gonna get jealous again. And then they're gonna want to have one up on everybody else. And like, no, I'm the one, and I'm gonna try to lock him down. And they're gonna accept the terms for however long they feel like they can accept those terms for. So it's not all about just being because I'm being lied to, but it's the territory and it's being made to look crazy. You got me in these streets looking like a fool. It's,
Yeah.
it's it's all those things more so than I can't believe you lied to me. It's a part. It's a part, but it's not the all.
Yeah. Now, I don't think it's entirely the lie as much as what the lie
Yeah,
causes, which is
what the lie
lack
causes.
you the
Which,
ability
but
to
I just feel like the lie is lower
make
on the
so
prior
called.
not priority, but of what they care about
Right,
more
right,
so
right.
than the others. The others are higher on the spectrum than he lied to me.
Boy. I don't know, man. I don't know. And this the other thing, man. you know, that whole Utah lifestyle where everybody like just live in the
You talking
same
about the Mormons?
house and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Mormons.
No, I
Yeah,
said well, I
yeah.
said not Mormons. Well, I think Mormons do it,
Now they do
but
it. They do it. They
yeah,
be like
but those the
house.
polygamists.
Hey, you get the groceries, you clean the dishes, you take the kids to school. I do the work. You know what I'm saying? Toxic masculinity style. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm bringing
but
home the bacon.
I bring home the bacon. I'm gonna knock all y'all off. You getting it first. It's that type thing over there with them. Like I, that that could be helpful if you could get everybody on the same board. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they used to talk about. There was this old saying when we grew up. They would be like, it takes a community to raise a child." You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
you got your family and whatnot.
I got a built-in community right here.
We got a built-in community, man. So I know that would probably make life less stressful, but I think it's gonna get stressful when everybody start.
Oh,
That
emotions are gonna play a
jealousy
part. Like
aspect. I don't know how jealousy don't come
jealousy.
into those relationships. You know what? Matter of fact, I take it back. The only, you know what makes people jealous? I think it's the physical side of it. You know
Think
what I'm
so.
saying? Yeah, I think sex be messing people head up. Like aside from that, I don't think people really
She
get
get
that
she she
jealous
get
over.
she get she get more than I'm getting.
Yeah, I think it be messing it up. Like, and it might not just be the sex; it could be the cuddling and whatever it is, physical
The
underneath
more the
that
more more intimacy, like more connection,
intimacy
all that
side,
stuff.
but not the mental intimacy of it though.
But
I
I
don't
think what
think
that comes, I think
I don't
mental
think they care about
intimacy
sharing
too.
that.
I think they do.
They
Me
let us
personally, I
share it
think they
amongst each other. The territorialism don't look. Me and you can have this friendship all day long. I could go give a girl a coworker, female coworker advice. It's just fine. But the moment I jam her, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So
do. Yeah.
I think I think it's that, you know what I'm saying? And if I got caught holding pinkies in the hallway with one of them, that'd be a problem also. But if I was sitting around, hey, trying to coach them through hard times, it wouldn't be no
Don't worry
problem.
about that.
Even
Yeah, no
though
problem.
that is a part of our relationship, is me helping you get through hardships mentally. You know
But
what I'm
I
saying? The
think,
mental
but at the
aspect.
same time though, but once they have a switch and they start thinking, because like it's matter of fact, I feel like you might be wrong. You might be wrong here. You might be wrong here because women get jealous of women with other friends.
Yeah,
Women
they
get
do
jealous
that.
of women with other friends. So you have other
But,
friends.
but
I
that's if
have
they
other
start
friends.
spending too much time together.
Not even too much time.
Which can fall
Like
into intimacy.
if
Oh, they don't invite me out. I don't get to
yeah.
hang with them. They doing this on their own. I thought we were all three best friends. That type deal. Yeah.
So if and not even no, not even like they even know each other. You can have a woman, she can have a friend, and that's her bestie or whatever. But if she goes and she's hanging out with another friend and they get posted on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or whatever,
Yeah,
and
they
then
go
other
out without
friend
you.
sees that, oh, you didn't tell me about that event and this and that, and you didn't go with me, you went with her, it becomes a problem. Or I've seen situations where they have a friend and they want to introduce their friend to another friend, that the other friend gets an attitude. I don't want to meet her. I don't want to meet. I don't know her. Who is she? Or you show up. Hey, we're gonna have a coffee day, or we're gonna go out to eat. We're gonna do mimosas and brunch, and then you invite another friend, and she shows up to the brunch. Why she here? That happens a lot with females. They get territorial of their friendships. So same thing when it comes to men. More so like you can be with a with a, but it's like once a certain level of feeling gets involved. So if you're coaching through life hardships or whatever, and then that's so that's your work wife or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
there's
You got
some
the
other
work wife.
female, and then
Well, I
you
ain't
you
heard
you
that
you
term in a
you
long
you,
time. Shoot.
you bring her some food one day, and like you was just in my office talking to me about this and that, but you brought her food, and then y'all getting an argument because you looked out for another female across the hall, but that was supposed to be no. You talk we have a friendship thing going on. Not even talking about an intimate friend, an intimate relationship or whatever, but it's the fact that I give you my attention, you give me your attention. So now we have this thing. You can't go talk to somebody else. So now you're
Yeah.
sitting there coaching multiple women. They might have an issue with that too. It's a territorial thing.
So it
Women are
depends on
territorial.
whatever they deem is their territory
Yes.
in the terms of your relationship.
Yeah.
Some people could potentially be less caring about this aspect of it, but more
Yeah.
caring about
Yeah.
this
You
aspect.
give me advice. Why you giving such and such advice? You're supposed to be talking to me, and you there for me when I need advice. You don't go sharing advice with other people. I've seen it. I've seen
Oh no!
it on
Oh shit,
live, live. You can't even cut that out. No edit.
man!
You don't edit anyway, but
So be it. Laughing at you. Look, I done smutted my fingers up.
smudge, smudge. Yeah, man. But on the whole Neo thing, it's been interesting commentary behind it.
What people
Me
saying? Because
personally, I
it's
wouldn't.
it's definitely something I
Everything I've
had
been
to
talking
follow.
about, everything I've been talking about, like
Is that so?
the biggest thing is the how dare he and how
How
can he control this and that, but it's his life. You can control anything in your life. And if you have players who are willing to play into whatever it is that you're pitching, that's just business. Those women's business. If that's
So
what
this is
they
only
want to
the
do.
women complaining about it, right? I'm
Mainly
guessing
the women.
men ain't
I
saying
haven't
that.
seen any men complain about it. I haven't seen any men complain about it. And another thing,
Are they calling the
um,
girl stupid for doing it?
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, figured that.
Yeah. But at the same time, I've said this too, and funny enough, my brother was talking about it on one of his lives not too long ago, and I was in the comments typing away, right? And one of the things I said is, why not let them women have Neo, right? If they want to have four women to a one man, if they're happy in that relationship and they got a man, would you want them to be single for the rest of their lives? Like
That's
if they
true.
feel like, hey, look, this is a relationship, I'm willing to accept this relationship. I'd rather have this than be alone and be by myself. Because guess what? Whether we like it or not, or whether women like it or not, there's going to be women on this earth who are going to probably be single for the rest of their lives, regardless. Because
Yeah,
one, there's just not enough eligible men in this world for women who are available.
that's true.
It's just not. Either
Yeah,
you have men who you don't deem as worthy to be with,
which is a
or
lot of
they don't they don't
right
they
off the
don't
bat. That cut the number
you're
in
not,
half.
yeah, you're not attracted to them. They don't
Yeah,
fit your
your criteria.
criteria for like success. They're not as successful or wealthy as you want them to be.
All
They
right.
might be gay. They're not even into women,
Yeah,
or
get the
they're
gay
in
guys out of
jail. You know what I'm
there. Get
saying?
the
Like
jail dudes
so,
out of there.
yeah. So once you start, for one, there's more women than men.
Get the dudes with the mentally handicapped dudes. Get them out of
Get them
there.
out of
You know
there.
what I'm saying?
You
Like
know what I'm saying?
they can't work. We got who else? Okay, we got the gangbangers that get killed. Get them
Hmm.
out of there. They lady
Get them
free
out of
now.
there.
You know what I'm saying? So they gotta go.
Yeah. You
Uh,
just market people.
just
You
keep
chopping
marking the
numbers in
list,
half.
no doubt.
Yeah. And that list of eligible men gets really small. So
Yeah,
if a group of four women get together and say, you know what, hmm, you know what, the
I
chance of
want a
me
one
being
percenter.
single,
Let me just
yeah, hey,
find.
look,
Only four
let's
of us
just
can
group
have
up.
this 1%, but that's good. I'll take it. At least we know there ain't
Yeah,
no side
let's
women
just group
beside it.
up. Yeah, there's no sign, and hopefully we have enough for him that there won't be any others, and it's just us four and him, and that's what they feel like it's okay with. They're okay with. I would never tell my daughters to do this. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise my daughters, but at the same time, I can understand the logic for these women who decide to get into these relationships with men like that.
Hey, but bro, get this though. At the same time, as long as these women actually have say so, and I hope they do have some type of say. I would imagine
Yeah,
they do.
some
They
point.
have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
say to be like, hey, you can't bring a fifth one in. We cool. We maxed out. I refuse to give up any more time. And he said, you
Yeah.
know what? That's fair. Then cool. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Now,
yeah.
if he can't get greedy when you in this type of situation, because at the end of the day, in terms of like what a guy might want, he hit the jackpot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Regardless, take the Neo card out the equation. You know what I'm saying? He hit the
Yeah.
jackpot. Average dude ain't gonna get that, even though there are a lot of guys that can get that. The average guy, your average Joe, ain't gonna get it because
Yeah,
the
yeah, you're not
average
gonna get
Joe
away with
is
that.
he just ain't attractive enough for whatever the requirements to
Right.
be attractive is. Funny,
Yeah.
charming, money, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you can't get greedy in these circumstances. When you got folk that's down for the cause and
Hmm.
you happy
You
with
got you
those
got you
four,
got to keep it there. It's homeostasis.
they say
You
no
know what I'm
fifth, you
saying?
got to shut up. Be like, all right, no fifth, bet. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. I already got this far. You know what? I'm not gonna press my luck.
Yeah, yeah. You got to know your
Especially
boundaries.
if you are good enough to get four women in harmony, boy, you good. You
That
good.
boy good. That boy
That boy
good now.
good. That boy good.
Yeah, man.
You got four with in harmony, and they cool with it. They I bet. You add a fifth one, and then it becomes explosive because you added the wrong fifth one.
Yeah, don't mix the blend up. You know what I'm saying? That's what be wrong with these cigars. They mix the blend. You know what I'm
Blend
saying?
up.
We know blending. You got to make sure you got
Got that
harmony,
right
man.
blend.
Yeah. Hey, look, and that's the other thing about it. You know, people be looking for like chemistry in a relationship, but I don't even think it's the chemistry as much as it's harmony. If you can find harmony in
Harmony.
in
Mm,
with a person,
I
you
like
know,
that. I
that is what
like
you
that.
need.
Hey, look, you coined something right there. You might want to put that on a shirt or something.
I dropped a bar. You know what I'm saying?
Like the
Like
bar that people look for a certain level of compatibility. What's the other word you said?
chemistry.
Chemistry. A lot of times it ought to be harmony that you look for.
Yeah,
Chemistry is good, but if you can get with somebody where you have a certain level of peace, comfortability with, and you're
yeah,
building harmony together,
right.
that's the key.
That's the key,
That's
bro.
the
And look,
key.
think of it this way: we're not supposed to be the exact same. I'm
Yeah,
full of toxic masculinity over here.
yeah.
My woman can't match that. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't supposed to agree and see stuff the same way. But if
Be
I
in
can
harmony.
compromise where we can find harmony with one another and she can do the same thing, we can make things work. It's the same thing for this land we live on. We got to live
Hmm.
in harmony with
Harmony.
the earth. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
So
Like,
like
so
my next door neighbor, I might not be compatible with my next door neighbor. He might have MAGA hats in his truck, right?
mhm,
But can we live in harmony, being next door neighbors? Yeah.
right.
We're not compatible. You're not gonna be my homie. We're not gonna. We're not. When I smoke my cigar, he ain't coming over to my house and say, "Hey, man, let me sit down with you. And we're gonna talk for about 3-4 hours, and we're gonna smoke cigars." No, we ain't got that kind of chemistry, homeboy. But
Right.
we can
But
live
if
in
we can
harmony.
respect one another, live in harmony, enough to within harmony with one another,
Yeah,
we can make that relationship work, you know?
yeah. So putting harmony before chemistry, and of course, everything you have to have some level of chemistry, especially when you talk about intimacy when
I mean, that's
in
what gets it
relationship.
started. That's a starting point.
That's the
We
starting
far
point.
too often do we make that the
How
point.
do you how do you get that spark? But you shouldn't rely on, like you said, chemistry because there's gonna be times, especially if you have a long
We're gonna
lasting
keep changing.
relationship.
I'm not the
Yeah,
guy my wife met, and I'm not gonna be the guy that when I die that I am now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? 'Cause I intend to continue to develop as a
yeah.
human.
All right,
So if we
we're
both
we're gonna
change,
have a chemical imbalance at some point as we
yeah,
both grow into who we are.
yeah, we might change. We might not have the same level of chemistry we did in the beginning, but at the same time, we can respect one another and live in harmony. We
Hmm.
cool. Like, so that's my view on it. But y'all go ahead and break up. That's what y'all like to do. You know what I'm saying? Who am
Yeah,
I?
man. Yeah, man. But hey, look, that's like he found harmony with four. Go for it, Neo. I applaud it. Another thing, and probably the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to the whole Neo thing, and some of these people who are in the comments about it, is they make an excuse or trying to find an excuse for his behavior or this.
Excuse. What you mean?
Why does he want to have more than one woman? Like trying to find a flaw, a character flaw in him.
They're trying to
Was he
vilify him
raised like
through it.
you can pretty much vilify him, like, or not necessarily vilify, but saying it's got to be there has to be something wrong mentally or
Oh yeah,
something wrong with the way that he was brought up, and maybe he was lacking something, or maybe he's trying to mask some insecurity or something like that, or whatever. More so than the simple thing of maybe he just likes multiple women and he just wants to be honest about it now. I know there's
yeah.
got to be something
This,
wrong. There's got to be
let's
something
do
wrong with him.
this.
He needs therapy, and he needs to figure out why he's like this. And I think he
Yeah,
probably just figured out that he just wants more than one woman, and he don't want to lie about it no more.
he
Simple as
like a
that.
lot of women. He like a lot of women, and there are women that like a lot of men. It may not be as
Mhm.
quite as often as men like a lot of
Yeah,
women, but there
yeah,
are women who like a lot of men. It works both
yeah,
ways. It's
yeah.
too
And I
dismissive
think
of people's
with
preferences.
women,
It's like that.
everything has to have some kind of complication behind it. Everything has to be a complex issue of
Yeah,
why something is something. And for men, we're just so simple. We're
we
so
simple.
simple. We're simple creatures. And you'll hear conversations or I get into conversations and it'll be so much in depth about something. And it's like, nah, it ain't that deep. And have you ever had a conversation with any woman of whatever, whether somebody you're in a relationship with or a friend or co-worker, and they're trying to get a root of an issue? Or it might be something they might want to ask about you, but you give them an answer that sounds good to them because you understand how they're wired with their thinking. But the simple answer that you know is the simple answer for you, like they're not going to buy this, they're not going to believe it. So let me just
Yeah,
tell them all these other things that they
something
might
else.
think. Because I know understand that the way their brain's wired is going
Right.
to think all these other things. Like, no, that can't be it, and they're going to keep bothering you and annoying you. Like, you know what? All right, here, let me just tell you this because I know that's going to satisfy your need to understand or seek the complexity of whatever it is the situation is. When
Right.
it all
Whatever you
when a
think
lot of
is
times
exactly what it is. You right. You got it. Just tell them, hit them like that.
yeah, you got it. Yeah. That's what it is. But it's just like no, it's not that simple. It's just I mean it's not that complicated. It's just as simple as This is what I did. This is who I am, and this is what's going on. It's not a deep rooted issue behind a lot of these things that women on the other side think when it comes to men. We're so simple, simple.
Yeah.
Not saying we can't have complexities and complex issues, but most of those complex issues, we find a way to resolve them in and of our own selves, right? At least for me, anyway. I feel like for me, and I feel like I know you well enough to say that most of your complex issues, you're able to bring some kind of resolve to it, to where you can simplify it, and
Right.
then whenever you present it, it's like, no, it can't be that simple. It can't be that simple. Like when you explain some of the situations that you were dealing with and how you handled it, you simplified it. It was just simple, like a couple of words of this and that, and this is how I look at it, and this is how I handle it. Boom, I'm good. You keep that at base, whatever. There's no
Yeah.
complexity behind a lot of the thought processes that we have. We're simple creatures. Simple.
Right. I agree with you, man. Hey, before we went on earlier, I was kind of touching base with you about kind of trying to dig within, psychoanalyze myself. I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
like, trying to figure out if I'm staying true to who I really am. Okay.
Yeah.
You remember that? So
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, like, and I guess because we on live, I got to go back and break it down. But basically, I was talking about how we all, as life affects us, who we are born as little kids, that pure
Mm-hmm.
little person, that person changes to adapt to the world or to protect themselves from the world. So I was saying, I kind of go back. I found myself kind of just reviewing myself, my actions, my thought processes. Like, is this who I really am, or am I
Mm-hmm.
covering something up deeper? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
there are times where some of it might be deeper, but then there's sometimes where I'm like, no, it's just exactly what I think it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I say that to your point,
Yeah.
some of it ain't that deep, and
Yeah.
some of it is deeper, if you really think about it. Like, I, to go deeper, I thought about myself. I'm like, far back as I can remember, I've had a materialistic side. I had to
Mm.
question it. Like, am I materialistic due to some type of insecurity, or am I just materialistic because I'm a Leo? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, there could be an element of insecurity there. I don't know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I felt it, wanting it so long. So it's like logic says maybe I want to stunt not for me but for others, and that would
Mm.
be the insecure side if that's the case.
The case.
But I
Yeah.
think most people who want to stunt is there's an element for others. You know what I'm saying? And then there's always that element that's for self. So I think there could be both there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
what's the
agree. I agree.
primary thing? The primary thing is simple. I kind of enjoy the luxuries of life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I just want to enjoy some luxuries. That's it. That's it.
It's nice looking. I want it. Can I have it? Ooh, shiny rock. I want it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't that deep.
Like, why is he like this? Why does he want? Why does he want to drive this? Why does he want to live there? Like, what's? I just want to be comfortable in this way. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
there's any deep rooted anything about whatever. Like, some people are like, well, I struggle like this, and I had to eat like that when I grew up, so I never want to have to go through that again. But then at the same time, when you break it down, it really is just as simple as I want to have a certain level of comfort. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be as deep rooted as
Yeah.
some people might think it is.
Yeah. This happened when I was a kid, and then this snowballed into this, and boom, this was this big
Yeah.
long chain of events. Nah, not necessarily. Sometimes you just
Not necessarily. And
you
I'm
just
saying
want
this is the
nice
same
stuff.
across the
You
board
want
for
some
everybody,
comfort.
every situation. Like you said, like there are some situations and some individuals where things are probably a little bit more deep rooted. Like when you look at like some celebrities, like say Michael Jackson or something like that. Why is he the way he? Why was he the way he was?
Right.
Because there may be some deep rooted issues of how he grew up his childhood and how his childhood was snatched away from him. But then a lot of things that were his characteristics as he grew into his bizarro
Yeah.
um, life is just as simple as he just started living a certain kind of way and it just snowballed. It's just okay, this like some of it could be deep, some of it might not be deep. Some of it can be just very simple. I just want to live this way. That might not even be attached to anything.
Hey man, I'm gonna ask you something, man. We just having a talk. This ain't no formal show or nothing, man. We'll put
Yeah,
you on the
what's up?
spot. You brought them up. Did Mike touch them kids, bro?
I don't think he did. I don't think he might touch them kids. I don't think he did. I don't think he
Somebody
did.
said something in a video I saw, and I closed it out because I didn't want to hear no more. I said, no, no, not Michael. I don't want to hear it. It
Oh
made
yeah,
too much
no,
sense. I
no,
got
no,
out of
no.
there. I said, no, don't. You're not gonna ruin Thriller for me. Get out of here. Like,
Can't listen to rock. Can't listen to rock with you no more.
They not gonna take rock with you from me. But what they said about Mike was they was like, we look the other way, but with anybody else, that's pedophile behavior. You would not, it would not be acceptable. But all the circumstances surrounding it, you wouldn't even question it. But
Yeah,
we kept making excuses for Mike like it
because
wasn't,
Mike.
and I was like, get out of here! I ain't gonna listen to
So
that. You making sense? I don't want to hear it.
to that point, like when you talk about okay, he's sleeping in the bed with children and he's a grown 30-some-year-old man.
And they not his
Me as a
kid.
40-year-old, 41-year-old, am I gonna try to make friends with a 10-year-old? Absolutely not. That makes no
I know.
sense, right? It makes no sense. But you have to think about somebody who's living a different type of lifestyle. Like even when R. Kelly went through his situation, some people couldn't understand R. Kelly and understand the magnitude of who he was and his lifestyle and try to equate like, nah, that's weird behavior because he's doing this. I'm not saying he hasn't had any weird behavior because I'm pretty sure a lot of his behavior was weird, right? But it's like you live a rock star lifestyle. Not making an excuse for anything because there's a lot of ways of things that Michael Jackson done and R. Kelly or
You
whoever.
kind of are, but I'm gonna let you get it off
No,
because
I'm not. I'm just saying that if you already live a different type of lifestyle, your thought process might be just a little different, and your approach to life just might be a little different from the normal person living a normal lifestyle. And going back to a soldier, like I keep bringing this up, right? Some people might not understand why a soldier might move a certain way because of a lifestyle that they live, right? If you live in the woods 95% of your life for the last 10 years, you might move and do things a certain kind of way. Or if you somebody who like let me see, somebody who's always traveling on the road a lot, right? You might approach life in a certain type of way. Like you might have different types of habits that you've just come known to be accustomed to, that you just live a way that other people might not understand. Like that doesn't make sense to me because you live outside of that lifestyle. Now you go into a certain lifestyle, like he might not have any ill intention when it came to hanging out with boys, but I'm Michael Jackson and I want to be connected with the youth and kids at a close level, and I want to stay youthful and fun. So I'm going to embrace kids and just hang around kids because I want to embrace their youth because I didn't have one. For most people, if I see a 40-year-old hanging out with a 10-year-old and that's my best friend, my buddy, that might be weird. But at the same time, I don't know too many people who have owned a monkey either, or like a Mike Tyson. I don't know too many people who's owned a tiger. You know what I
right.
mean? So those things don't make sense to me. Just because it doesn't make sense to me doesn't mean it has to be bad
Creepy.
behavior attached to it. Well, I mean, you can say, I mean, you can even call it creepy because if it's creepy to you, it's creepy to you. That's an
Right.
opinion based thing to call something creepy, but in a realm of legality and saying
You
that, hey,
talking
look,
about the
somebody's
intent.
doing
The intent
something.
might not be bad
Yeah,
just because
the intent might not be
you
bad,
think
and just because it doesn't look like something I would do doesn't mean I have to say he's being a pedophile because he's hanging out with kids and having sleepovers with kids. You can't necessarily say that somebody is doing criminal behavior because it doesn't look like something that's normal. That's all I'm saying.
I, I hear you, Cochran.
If it don't fit, you
It's-
must have quit.
would you have let your kids hang out with Mike to spend the
Absolutely
night?
no, nah, absolutely not. Hey, Dan, go hang out with Michael Jackson tonight. I'm
Hey
spending the
man,
night. We're gonna play
I,
PS5 all night. Yeah, no, you are not. No,
I know
you
the
are
way I
not.
love him, man, but I couldn't see. I'd be like, hold on, you said Mike want you to spend the night. Am I coming?
Oh,
I'm not coming. Then hell no, you
absolutely
ain't
not.
hanging out with
No,
him.
yeah,
But I love
exactly.
him to death. But hey man, but
Yeah, but at the same time, I am uh I guess trying to be understanding enough to know that hey, people can have different motives for different reasons, and it
I
doesn't
got
have to be something that I think that it is because it looks like a certain kind of way.
yeah.
Could be like the whole simple thing, right? The whole simple thing. Like we look at something, we don't understand the situation, so we have to try to draw up these complex reasons and try to dissect the situation more than the simplistic of I just want to hang out with kids because I want to stay connected to the youth, and I feel like children are some of the most innocent individuals until they get to a certain age, and I just like the innocence of children because adults are too judgmental. So I'm
Right.
going to hang out with kids because they're not judging me. They just want to have fun.
I got you.
They just want to watch movies and play and just exist. and they're okay with that. They're not sitting back trying to figure out why I have this glove on and why my skin is this color and
Yeah.
why I wear my hair like that and dance puppet dance. You know what I'm saying? They don't have these requirements of me. It's just I
Right.
get to just be me. I can just be free. Simple as that, right?
Yeah, man. I got you. I got you. Hey, look, man, we're gonna wind down and get up out of here because I know we both got other stuff to do. But hey, look, man, you
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
never
for
like
sure.
your cigar back up, man. I wanted to know if it
I
got better
did,
or
but it
worse.
burned back out. Yeah, I did, but it burned back out. And I don't have a lighter, and I want to keep burning my good matches. Only got a few left. So if I had my lighter, I would flick with my Bic.
So it's no good, is what you're saying.
No,
To
it's
keep
good.
going
It's
out.
still good. It's good. I just didn't want to fight it. I just didn't want to fight it.
My burn got weird again, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm starting to blame it.
Bad
Don't
burn
make me come
jam.
off
That's what
that
it is.
4.2. You no, 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 no. I ain't claiming it. Alec. I'm gonna say Alec.
Oh, it's on Alec. Put it on
Don't make
Alec.
me
Put it on
come
the
off this
brother.
4.2. You know what I'm saying? Because
You gave it to him.
I was
You
riding the
gave Alec
wave
a 4
during
too.
the show.
I don't think Alec had anything in the fours since we've been smoking them on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
So
come
you
off
gave it
that.
to him.
Come off of it. But shoot, man. Yeah, man. Let's get up
Yeah,
out of
man.
here, man. I got stuff to do. A couple of y'all
Yeah.
popped in. Ain't none of y'all say nothing though, man. Y'all
Yeah,
you're
look,
just watching,
look on
staring at
what's
me.
some live chats. What's the live
Won't
chats
say
at?
nothing. Yeah, man, but it's all good though. We might mess with this. We something we were just dabbling with a little idea, man. After
Yeah.
we do the show, we had this idea for like a little after hours where we just continue the conversation, but it's a little more loose, less formatted. Like you know what I mean?
Let's format it. Let's formalities to
Yeah,
the approach to the conversation.
yeah. A little more of an honest conversation, possibly even, if that
Mhm.
comes out,
Because we can go deeper. We can go deeper into the issues on the live. You know what I'm saying? We can get
Yeah.
more
On,
candid.
on the formal podcast, everything's clean. D don't use no bad words, but I might start letting some curses fly out, you know what I'm saying? But, whatever. A little more a little
Unhinged.
a little more unhinged. We'll go with that. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how time plays out after we do these recordings. For y'all that's in here, y'all know what time we record the podcast now, though. It took place an hour earlier than this.
An hour earlier on a Saturday.
Yeah. But anyway, man, let's get up out of here, man. I appreciate
Okay.
everybody that popped through, even though y'all was quiet, mum's the word and whatnot, man. But yeah,
Yeah.
we up out of here, man.
Engage in some commentary and we'll talk back.
Oh yeah,
We'll talk
yeah,
back.
yeah, 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 yeah. All right, I'm ending this, man. We out.